What's the joke? Tell me the joke.
What is Little John's favorite garden vegetable?
I don't know. What is Little John's favorite garden vegetable?
Turn up! All right.
That's fair. I wasn't thinking of like that.
Yeah.
Little John.
I was hoping that I would say, like, do you want to hear a joke about Little John? And you'd say, what? And I say, do you want to hear a joke about Little John?
Yeah. Okay.
There it is. All right, podcast number 3. We outlasted
Episode
the theme
3,
song.
let's go. We did. The theme song seemed to go much faster this week.
I think so. We were just having a really good time.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having a great time.
You know when time doesn't fly?
Uh-huh.
When the Giants are losing.
Exactly. That's why Victoria's been very sad this week.
Very sad. Very, very sad.
So, in case you haven't figured it out, the Giants lost again.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for rubbing it in.
Is this 3 times in a row?
Just
2.
twice.
Okay, just 2 times.
We're 0-2.
That's fine. They only have, 6
14
more games
games.
to play? Oh, 14. My God.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got a long season ahead of you, Todd.
Indeed. All right. Well, let's hear the stats.
I think before we get into the sad game,
Yeah.
we should hear your amazing story that we missed last week.
Oh, yeah. Let me find... I promise I will tell you that story. I got to segue it from something else.
Oh, you have to find a segue.
Yeah. I think it's
right.
all about the segues.
Like those little silver things that you ride around on?
Yeah, it's all about those.
Oh, cool.
Obviously.
I'll get you a segue for Christmas.
Thank you. That would be awesome.
Okay, so I guess back to our sad game.
Yes.
Where the love of my life, Eli Manning, was sacked 5 times.
5 times.
Yeah. 3 of which were all Eric Flowers' fault. I swear to God, he better fix himself.
What is wrong with Eric Flowers? What is he?
He's a bum. I don't know. He's terrible.
Was he like this last year?
Yeah.
Really?
He's never been good.
Oh, man.
He's never been good.
Well, tell me, is he still on your fantasy football team?
He is not on my fantasy team, no.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No.
So
I would never.
Yeah. So it sounds like maybe you have like...
But you don't really have offensive linemen on a fantasy team. You have a
you
quarterback.
Yeah.
Which the quarterback does better in fantasy if their offensive linemen don't let them get sacked all the time. So my quarterback of my fantasy football team, saved by the Odell, was Eli Manning this week, and Eli did not do so great for me. Aside from that beautiful touchdown to Evan Ingram.
Yeah? Evan Ingram?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so cool. Rookie tight end.
Okay. And he's the only touchdown? No.
No, that was our only touchdown of the week.
And then a field goal.
Our only touchdown of the season, technically, yes, and then a field goal.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so who was in, who was out? I feel like one of the main stories of the Giants this year is like they just have like everybody's hurt.
I mean, yeah.
Especially you.
I'm very hurt. Odell was back this week, made his little season debut. He was very reserved, though. He was not...
He's just taking it easy.
Yeah.
Do you feel like he was warming up, or was he like, he's like, I might get hurt? Like, I don't know. Or
maybe a little bit of both. I think he was mostly out there just because when he's on the field at all in any capacity, he makes the team better.
Okay. Right. I remember you were saying that. Like, even when he's on the field, like...
He could just stand there.
Everyone, like, runs to... guard him or whatever so that they pull the attention away and then someone else can be open.
Exactly. So, you're learning
I'm trying. So did that happen this week?
Sort of, yeah. I mean,
sort
we got a touchdown, which we didn't get last week.
Okay.
Eli also might have thrown an interception. That wasn't great.
Ooh.
Not great.
Now, is that the fault of the other guy that you were mentioning earlier?
I mean, yes and no. Eli shouldn't just have not thrown that ball, but it's also his whole offensive line's fault because if he had more time, he probably wouldn't have thrown that ball that way.
Okay.
But he has no time before everyone is down his throat.
So it was kind of a catch-22.
Yeah.
Catch for the other team, that's for sure.
And then didn't all help that our receivers also could not hold on to any balls. Brandon Marshall had to drop. Evan Ingram had to drop.
Why?
I don't know.
How did they drop the ball?
Had
like, were they catching?
Olive oil on their hands. I don't know what the problem was.
Are they receivers?
Right to their hands, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they just couldn't
just couldn't hold on to the ball.
Sometimes it looks like you're catching it, but really you're
just not there.
You're just not catching it at all.
No.
And it's a miracle that they even got that close. I think we shouldn't be so hard on these Giants.
Wow, look at the bright side, Todd.
Yeah. I mean, they're doing a lot of good stuff, and they're still getting paid millions of dollars, even if they're not catching the ball.
That's true.
Are they under contract for a while? Is that a factor? Like, are they like, I still got I'm guaranteed 4 more years on my contract? Does it work that way in the NFL?
Yeah, you do sign a contract, but you shouldn't base how you play based on your contract.
You shouldn't. There's a lot of things in life that shouldn't be, but there is.
I mean, currently, Odell's contract is smaller than Eric Flowers, and Odell doesn't act like his contract is nothing. He doesn't act like we're not paying him any money.
Right.
And Flowers acts like we're paying him 2 cents to be out there. So
who's younger? Is the Flowers guy younger?
I think so, but they're very close in age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I am pretty sure. The only blocking that Eric Flowers does is on Twitter when people are mean to him.
Oh, damn.
That's all he does.
That was good. Wow. Okay, any other stat-worthy things? Did we make any predictions last week about what was going to happen?
I believe I predicted that we would win, and we didn't, so there goes that prediction. Yeah. Our defense played well. They're just on the field too long. They get too tired, and we didn't have Jenkins this week. We didn't have B.J. Goodson. And, right now our offense is second to last in time of possession, time that they're out on the field. The only team that has had an average of less time on the field than us is the 49ers.
Ooh,
which is
ouch.
Not
And
good.
No one even watches the 49ers.
No.
That's the ones we were talking about last week.
Yes, exactly.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay. I totally had a question and now I forgot, but
it'll come back to you, I'm sure.
I hope so. Who did they play?
The Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions. Oh man.
Yes.
And wait, was it the Lions that have never won a Super Bowl in?
I don't know if the Lions have or not.
Okay. But
that's a great question, but it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, they're all in their $2,000 houses in Detroit with their horrible economy and
their gross water, their gross tap water that they can't drink.
So they're hungry.
Yeah,
literally,
they were hungry lions.
Yeah, and metaphorically, and so they just ran over the Giants.
Yeah.
How were they coming into this game?
I mean, they looked good in their first game of the year too.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we definitely lost the game. They didn't win.
Okay.
We easily should have won that game.
So you're saying the Giants won when it comes to beating themselves?
Yeah, basically. Basically.
This
and
is denial,
terrible,
folks.
terrible
This
coach.
is denial.
Listen. This is not denial. I'm fully aware that we have, some weaknesses. One being our stupid-ass head coach, Ben McAdoo, who I want to throw hands with. I can't stand him.
That's a real name?
That's his real name.
McAdoo.
Todd McCool. That's his real name.
Touche.
Yeah, no. I think he's one of the biggest problems.
Where did he come from?
He was our offensive coordinator for a couple years before our last head coach left.
Okay.
And then he just got promoted, but I don't think
So he's never head coached anyone before?
No.
Wow.
He was
the
quarterbacks coach for the Green Bay Packers. Then he came to us, was our offensive coordinator, and then was promoted to head coach. Last year was his first year.
Crazy.
So it's only his second year. I don't personally think that he should call the plays. I think that Sullivan, our offensive coordinator, should call the plays.
Okay. I wonder if everyone else agrees with that.
They
should write in.
I'm pretty sure everyone else would agree. Yeah, please write in and tell us if you agree with me. Here's what I think should happen next week. I think John Mara should hypothetically, however you want to say it, bench McAdoo.
Oh.
I think Sullivan should call offensive plays, and our defensive coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo, should be acting head coach. That's what I think.
Would that ever happen?
I mean, I don't know. A girl can dream.
Okay.
A girl can dream.
So it's not something that's normally done in the NFL?
No. But I do think that McAdoo will give up play calling very soon. I don't think he's going to be doing that for much longer.
Wow, really?
Yeah. It's just, he's not natural at it at all. He's super predictable. Yeah, he's very, very, very predictable. I can watch the game and know exactly what play they're going to run.
Really?
And he looks at this giant, giant play sheet that looks like a freaking Cheesecake Factory menu, and it looks like he just like takes his finger and makes the crazy shape until he lands on the play that he wants to call.
Wow.
I don't know.
So that's different than when I go to Cheesecake Factory because
Yes. You don't pick a random thing.
No, I don't, and I really should because Cheesecake Factory is sponsored by Cheesecake Factory. I always look through the entire menu and then I still proceed to get the same thing. Well,
I guess that's kind of what McAdoo does.
Really?
Yeah, it's like he's looking at this giant menu
Yeah.
and then just always does the same shit that doesn't work.
Okay.
And then blames Eli for everything.
Yeah. I guess I kind of feel the same way too. I mean, like, when I get the chicken chipotle pasta, I'm very happy in the moment. I feel like I made the right choice. But then, for some reason, every time after I eat it, I'm super full, and I'll probably like pass out, and then I wake up and I can't sleep for hours
because you're too full still.
I think so. Like I have too many carbs.
You just need to get out and like burn the energy.
Maybe, yeah. I need to go and maybe play for the Giants. Maybe I would do some good.
I think if you put the two of us on our offensive line, we would be great. No one would ever touch Eli.
But I thought your dream job was to tackle Eli.
Well, it is, but I mean, if I had to risk my life to protect Eli, I would do that too.
Okay.
Unlike Ben McAdoo, all he does is fucking throw him under the bus. Anyway, I'm not
Oh,
upset.
so he was saying it was Eli's fault.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
No.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
You have to be like, we play. I feel like the most successful teams in history.
But yet he won't call out Eric Flowers by name, but he'll say like, "Oh, Eli played sloppy."
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really rude.
Yeah.
That's not teamwork.
No, it's not.
I don't think John Wooden would have done that. You know John Wooden he was the head coach of UCLA basketball. He was like, he's one of the like most famous inspirational coaches. Like there's tons of like quotes, John Wooden quotes.
Got it.
Which I couldn't quote you any John Wooden right now, but he was like all about the fundamentals.
I'll get you one and frame it on your wall.
Yeah. Yes, that would be awesome. I put it over there by the presidents. But I may have one over there on the other side of my bookcase. But I feel like he would never like bag on one of his players. He would be like, you know what, we just need to get back in there and work harder.
Yeah,
and we're just going to double our efforts and blah blah. Some stuff like that, rather than like it was playing the blame game. I don't think that's going to help anybody.
No, and I honestly don't doubt that Eli told him, like, you can put the blame on me, I don't care, because that's how Eli is, and that's how he's been his whole career. He's not fazed by, like, the media and the this and the that.
Okay.
Like, when people talk bad about him, he usually ends up being better those years.
Interesting.
So I don't doubt that he just told him, like, just
put the blame on me.
Yeah, just tell them it was my fault, even though it wasn't fully. I mean, Eli made some mistakes, but yeah, I think Eli's not very sensitive, so he's fine, but I don't think that's the way to have to play complete complementary football, as Ben McAdoo would say.
Oh, so he's a little bit of a hypocrite.
Yeah.
What does Peyton think? And is Peyton so non-sensitive?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know what Peyton thinks. I'll give him a call and find out.
Okay, great.
I don't know if Peyton was like as stoic as Eli is.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming so. I mean, Peyton did his thing for a long time. He was a great quarterback too. Mm-hmm. Took him way longer to win 2 Super Bowls than it took Eli, and Eli didn't have to lose in any Super Bowls. But
well, that's what this year's for, apparently. Oh.
Listen, if we go to the Super Bowl, we're winning. Right now, we're just not going to go to the Super Bowl.
I think if they go.
No, you said it right.
I think if the Giants go to the Super Bowl, it will be a miracle, so anything's possible.
Hey, in 2007, when we beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl and they had their undefeated season, we started out 0-2, and we're 0-2 right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, maybe it can happen again.
Miracles can happen if you just believe.
If you believe. I knew there was a song coming on. All right, let's talk about some dark stuff, some dark sides of the NFL. There is the news just broke about Aaron Hernandez and the
Yes.
truth about his brain. So
The supposed truth.
the supposed truth. You don't think it's true? You don't believe the scientists?
I do, but I think he still would have killed the man that he killed, and I think he still would have been involved in other murders
Really?
if he had not played football. Yeah.
Now, who did he kill? Was it just some random dude?
His name
or
is
like-
Odin Lloyd, I
Okay.
think. Yeah, I think just like a friend. It was like a friend of a friend. Something happened. I don't know the whole story, but yeah.
And at what point did he beat up his girlfriend?
She claims he didn't ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
his
wow.
when he died, his fiance / mother of his child.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, he had a kid.
Yeah. Really sad. Like a 3-year-old daughter.
Okay. So, but you feel like what was it? CTE?
Yes.
Okay.
They say he had stage 3 CTE.
Okay. And so that was brought on by the footballs.
By the footballs.
Okay.
He only played 44 games in the NFL. So if that's like actually true,
Wow.
that's crazy scary. And Eli's going to, be dead by the end of the season.
Man. Was he a quarterback, Aaron Hernandez? No. Oh, okay. What did he do?
I think he was either a tight end or a wide receiver. I'm not sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So even somewhere where, well, I guess you would get tackled more than a quarterback, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Not in the
Except this
case of
year.
us,
Yeah,
but,
right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
his fiance now is like suing the Patriots and the NFL because she claims that they knew and did not disclose to him about this like brain condition that he had.
Okay. What if they did and he just didn't tell her or didn't tell anybody?
I mean, that's true too.
Maybe that's why he killed himself.
I think he killed himself because he knew he was already serving life in prison, and if he killed himself, he was going to get a lot more money for his daughter, and that's the only thing he could ever
Really?
give to his daughter. Yeah, because the Patriots would have to pay him out for for his contract
If he killed himself.
if he died. Yeah.
Whoa. Even with suicide. I feel like a lot of times there's like a clause that says, if you die, like with life
I mean,
insurance,
maybe there was, and maybe that's why she's now suing and saying it was their fault. I don't know their whole like legal thing, but that's probably why he did it.
God, that's so messed up.
Yeah. Very,
Dark.
very messed up. Can't wait to see if OJ has CTE one day.
Maybe. Does that cause, and you think maybe that would cause him to kill someone?
I think him just being a cuckoo head caused him to kill someone.
Great. Is our goal still to get OJ here?
Yes, absolutely. OJ's coming on the show.
Let's just hope he doesn't listen to our early episodes.
I think he would love them.
Yeah?
Well, maybe not.
I hope
We'll
so.
tell him it's the first episode, the one that he's coming on.
It'll be a brand new
we
thing.
have a brand new show for you to come on, OJ. You'll love it. We won't ask you about the murdering or the robbing.
Oh, God.
We're
Yeah.
just going to talk to you about football and how
Batman
you're
and
a
Robin.
great running back.
And the Hertz commercials.
And the Hertz commercials and the Naked Gun movies.
Nordberg.
Nordberg.
That's some classic stuff right there. What a crossover artist.
Right? He could do it all.
Anyway, speaking of crossing over in the entertainment industry, there was another article that I found. I think we should just have a whole segment called while Todd poops, like the things I came across this article that was saying that the NFL, people are speculating that the NFL is kind of like WWE because ultimately here we are, we're in America, and we realize with technology quicker and quicker ways to find what is selling. And a lot of times in America,
True.
what is selling as entertainment is the train wrecks, that people just can't look away from. So there's a lot of that going on in the NFL, maybe even more so than today. And maybe people are doing things to cause controversy and draw attention to themselves.
True. I could see that to an extent.
Yeah?
Yes.
Did you watch football in the 70s and 80s? I mean,
I was not alive, but
have you ever seen those slow motion, with the wind, you can see the cold air blowing from the quarterback's mouth as he calls the play,
so dramatic.
right? Joe Montana drops back for the 30-yard pass. Those were epic. And I don't think those guys cared. I mean, they went, I don't know, like Joe Namath went on the Brady Bunch. Do people go on TV shows anymore?
Oh, yeah.
With the NFL? Okay, so they still do that.
Yeah, for sure.
I wonder if they killed people back then.
Football players?
Yeah. I wonder if that was just... Maybe because I don't know. It's hard to judge because like they didn't have the internet back then.
Yeah, it was a different time.
They didn't have Twitter. They weren't like tweeting.
And I think
the one guy...
more now than like going on TV shows, I think is like endorsements.
Oh.
Are more like Odell is endorsed by Nike. He's endorsed by Verizon. He's endorsed by
Head and Shoulders.
He's endorsed by
I wonder who's
so
in those
many.
commercials.
I don't know. That's crazy. He makes so much money in endorsements that
from like putting up blasts on Twitter, he's like, "Yeah, I had a great day wearing my Nikes."
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I want to do that.
Yeah, right. And like, so Adidas is like the brand for the NFL.
Oh, really?
Maybe. We might have to take this out. It used to be. Okay. It might be now still.
Yeah.
And you can't wear any other cleats that aren't whatever the brand that is the official brand of the NFL is.
The official brand of the NFL.
So
Adidas.
I think it used to be Adidas. I think now it's Nike.
Okay.
But so
they're definitely the official brand of shoes of Run DMC. I could tell you that right now.
Certain players will have contracts with like, let's say Under Armour, that Under Armour will say like, we'll pay, because players will get fined if they don't wear the right shoes.
Okay.
They'll say, we'll pay all your fines for the year if you just wear Under Armour shoes every game.
Interesting. So Under Armour makes shoes. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, they do make shoes.
I had no idea. Did you know that Under Armour was actually started by, I think it was started by a football player who like, he like was a big sweater, like not like a cardigan, but like he would just, perspire a lot. And somehow he found the know-how or found some people to help him create this brand.
Damn.
And so it retracts sweat or whatever.
Whatever it does.
Yeah. It's just better if you're a sweater to wear Under Armour.
Wear Under Armour.
That's my slogan. Feel free to use it. Just send me some checks every now and then. I mean, it's catchy. It's really catchy.
So catchy.
I'm very proud of myself. But, yeah, so football players, maybe he didn't have CTE because otherwise, like, if this guy who created Under Armour, maybe he wasn't even from the NFL, I don't know. But if he was, he definitely didn't have CTE, or maybe he didn't knock things into place in a good way for him. But I don't know. Some people from sports go on and create other things. Speaking of which, I read another article. I don't know why. These articles are just like coming to me lately. Gronk. What's that guy's name? Rob
Gronkowski is like the Gronk.
Yeah.
You're talking about the other Gronk.
Yeah.
Chris Gronkowski.
His brother, Chris Gronkowski, he created this thing called ice shakers. And so it was like, like dudes, I don't know how much you hang around the gymnasium, but like dudes are always like, they got those shaker bottles. Like I use that like for my pre-workout.
Oh,
and, I have protein drinks.
Bottle with like the little metal ball in it.
Yeah.
That's
the one. Yeah. So he wanted one that would keep the consistency of ice, because he made one and it just like, I forget what happened, but it sounded like it was an embarrassing story, where his whole thing just melted and it was like a big waste of time. And so he was like, I need to go on the internet and find something that's going to maintain the ice. And he couldn't find anything. So he's like, well, I'm just going to start a company that does just that.
See, there is life after football, guys.
I guess so. But man,
I won't have a life after football. But for some people,
what's
there's
going to happen
life.
when Eli retires?
Stop. Don't. I will actually start crying. Don't ask me about this.
All right,
I was talking to someone the other day about how excited I was for when the Super Bowl would come to LA, because it's like a big bucket list thing for me to go to a Super Bowl. And I was like, well, I think 2022 is coming to LA, the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I was so excited. I was like, wow, it'd be so amazing if the Giants came to the Super Bowl in LA 2022.
When Eli Manning is like 74 years old.
And then I realized, I had that realization that like, oh no, Eli's not going to play in that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I burst into tears immediately. So I can't think about the R word with Eli.
Yeah.
because he's gonna play till he's at least 75. I don't care if if I have to push him out with a walker with the little tennis balls on the bottom. I don't care.
Fine.
I'll do
Two
it
more
myself.
years, Eli. You hear that? You got 2 more years.
I mean, with this offensive line, he's got about 2 more minutes, but you know.
Great.
So Eli's life after football, I don't know what he's gonna do. I'm just gonna die, but that's okay.
So dramatic.
I was at the Giants sports bar in Santa Monica.
There's
last
a Giants
year.
sports bar?
Yeah.
Like it's just called like the Giants?
It's called
bar?
O'Brien's.
Oh,
it's
right.
on Wilshire in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
But it's all Giants fans.
Wow.
And last year we played the Eagles on Thursday Night Football. Mm-hmm. And a guy had a heart attack in the bar because we were losing to the Eagles.
Oh,
and
my God.
I have never seen such a vivid look into my future ever. Like an ambulance came, a fire truck came, whole
he
thing.
die?
He was wheeled out. No, he was fine.
Okay, good.
But I was like, that's going to be how I die.
Was he eating a lot of wings?
Probably.
Was he fat? Was he overweight?
He was like an average sized dude.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't look that old. The Giants literally gave him a heart attack, which is going to happen to me probably on Sunday if we start losing to the Eagles.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
Yeah.
I can't get into sports like that. I did that as a kid. I can't do that anymore. That's just
I wish I didn't. I wish I wasn't
I
this
wish
way.
I knew how to quit you, Eli.
Brokeback Mountain 2 starring me and Eli Manning.
Oh, man. Football franchise.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so next week's game, we haven't even talked about that.
No,
Who are they playing next week?
We play the Eagles.
Okay.
Which, here comes my heart attack if we start losing to the Eagles.
And they're in the division.
Yes.
And they are not in last place as the Giants.
The Giants are in last place. We're 0-2. Everyone else is 1-1.
Okay. And so are the Eagles ranked like next to last then?
The Eagles and the Cowboys are tied for first because the first week of the year, the Eagles beat the Redskins.
Okay.
Who's also in our division. Mm-hmm. And the Cowboys beat us. Okay. And divisional games count a little more than regular games.
Okay.
If it comes down to a tiebreaker. Like if at the end of the season 2 teams have the same record.
Sure.
So technically right now the Eagles and the Cowboys are tied for first.
Okay.
I'm very scared of playing the Eagles because we generally lose to the Eagles.
Really? Even when everyone's in?
Yeah. Even when for whatever reason they just usually have our number. I don't know why.
Well, okay, then maybe I'm going to speculate and say I'm just going to throw out a wild theory, and that's that the 0-2 so far has all just been for the purpose of psyching out the Eagles.
Hey.
And then the Eagles are going to walk into this game like, oh, yeah,
think they got it.
Let's just take it easy and let's bench our starters and blah, 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 which they probably wouldn't do that. But they would maybe put them on the bench more earlier, especially if we'll see if the Giants come up with some strategy where but with this head coach, they probably won't. I don't know.
No.
Unless there's a bigger picture that we're not, like an Illuminati kind of thing happening.
Or unless, like everyone's saying, that the world's going to end on Saturday night and then I never have to witness this horrible game.
Oh, God. That is so dumb. I can't tell you how many times in my lifetime I've heard that the world was going to end.
I can't tell you how many times in my lifetime I've heard it, so I can't even imagine.
Dang. And that's only been 12, 13 years?
Yeah, about.
It's crazy.
Something like that.
But yeah, people say that all the time. So I'm pretty sure the world is not going to end. I remember reading something about that the other day, and I was like, ugh, I wish.
I'll just be pissed if the world ends before I got to see the Giants win one game this year.
Yeah.
I'm also going in 2 weeks to see the Giants.
Oh my God, where?
In New York.
Really?
Play the Chargers because I think we can beat the Chargers.
Uh-huh.
But I swear to God, if I see Eric Flowers let Eli get sacked one time, I'm jumping on the field and I'm going to end up in prison. And Todd, I'm going to call you to pay my bail. Be like, please come help me.
This is getting scary.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if the world could just last until then.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
I feel like the prediction then for this week is that I'm saying the Giants might win. You're saying the Giants probably aren't going to win, even though you wish they would.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
I can't get my heart broken week after week. It's not fun.
I agree. What if this podcast ends up being like this big, it's just it could be renamed The heartbreaking.
We lost.
The heartbreaking of Victoria Nickel. There was. I was going to say, did we say if everyone's back this week? Is everyone going to be back for this coming game against the Eagles?
We don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
No.
Okay. What do you think? Let's make some predictions
I'm pretty
here.
sure Odell will play.
Yeah.
He might be limited again.
Okay.
I don't imagine him coming out just full speed ahead.
Yeah.
I hope that Jenkins is in.
Back from his tour with his soul band.
Yes,
back
from his tour.
Is that the guy?
Yes, that's the guy.
Okay.
Janoris Jenkins, your favorite.
Yeah. Love that guy. I have all of his albums.
The Jackrabbit.
The Jackrabbit. Janoris Jackrabbit.
Hopefully he's back. That'd be good. I don't want him to come back earlier than he's ready though, so.
Oh, that's so good of you.
I mean, at this point, doesn't matter.
Right. And now tell me, in the fantasy football, so if they don't score in real life, then they don't score in your fantasy football league either? Is that the way it works?
You get points for different things in fantasy. So, if Eli throws a completion to someone, I'll still get points for that, even if it wasn't a touchdown.
Oh, okay.
And, if the defense makes stops or gets sacks or this or that, you get points for it.
Okay.
You get more points for scoring plays, but...
And does that equal touchdowns then? Or does it go in terms of touchdown kind of points? Or is it just fantasy football just has its
random.
own...
It's kind of its own
It has
monster.
its own point system.
Yeah.
So
this is my first year playing it. I don't even really understand.
Yeah. Well,
Hence why I picked all Giants, and I'm being destroyed every week.
Yeah. That's a bad mistake to make.
Yeah. Big mistake.
So if you just pick all the best players, then you get all the points.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, well, it sounds like we're out of time. Anything you want to say before?
Go Giants.
Go Giants.
I love you even when I'm mad at you. I still love you.
And I wish I knew how to quit you.